Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Let's talk about the April 6th edition of Monday Night Raw, which is the second to last Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania 42. And the most important thing that came out of the April 6th edition of Monday Night Raw was the very beginning of the show where CM Punk walked down that ramp. He grabbed a microphone and he said whatever was on his mind. The original plan, according to the dirt sheets, was for Seth Rollins to open the show. I wonder what changed because Seth Rollins did not open the show. He came out later and addressed Gunther, but CM Punk opened the show and basically what some people are calling another pipe bomb, what some people are calling his best promo since he's returned to WWE. But there are mixed feelings and mixed emotions from the WWE fans about CM Punk. Let me read you a couple of those so we understand kind of the pulse of the fans about CM Punk and what he had to say. So one person on X says this: CM Punk is the biggest hypocrite in wrestling. This is the same guy who said, "I'm here to make money" when he returned to WWE. The same guy who took shots at Tony Khan claiming AEW is not a real business. It's not about selling tickets. It's not about drawing money. And now I'm supposed to believe he suddenly cares about fans being overcharged for tickets and TKO making too much money. I also think for the most part that CM Punk is a hypocrite. He's a con artist and he's a fraud. He says everything that he needs to be said. He stands on like this paragon of virtue, like he's the best thing that's ever happened, and he says what he wants, but he's really a fraud. He's really a con artist, and that's actually true. But regardless of that, the promo that he gave on the April 6th edition of Monday Night Raw was actually quite good. And if you're just a regular casual fan, you get bought into that because he speaks with intensity and he makes fun of Roman Reigns and he makes fun of The Rock and he makes fun of Pat McAfee and he talks about ticket sales. But really, at the core of it, CM Punk does not care about the fans. He spent 10 years trashing WWE, talking about the blood money, then took the blood money and then needed WWE as a lifeline because he got thrown out of AEW for being toxic. He couldn't make it in the UFC, and so he had to come back to WWE, and now he thinks he's shooting from the hip. Everyone thinks everything is a shoot. What happened on Friday Night SmackDown with Pat McAfee and Cody Rhodes, not a shoot. What CM Punk did, not a shoot. Like maybe he said some stuff that they didn't fully approve. That doesn't mean it was a shoot. And now I think CM Punk is a fraud, is a con artist. And I think he just says stuff that he doesn't believe because he knows it's going to get over with the fans. Now, another person said this about CM Punk. He roasted Roman Reigns and his favoritism and the pushes he got from McMahon. He mocked The Rock, saying his time is over and that he's no longer a Hollywood star. He called Vince a crazy old man who used to mistreat Punk back in the day. He went after TKO and their ticket pricing policies and even took shots at Pat McAfee along with them. This one was for the history books, and under this, people are saying this is his best promo of all time. This is another pipe bomb. This is better than the pipe bomb. And so you have those kind of mixed reactions to CM Punk. I do agree in certain regards that CM Punk might have promoted and pushed Orton and Rhodes that match better than Pat McAfee ever could. I don't mind him going after Roman Reigns. I don't mind him going after The Rock because there is rumors that The Rock and Roman Reigns will be wrestling at WrestleMania 43, and the initial stages of setting that up are going to happen at WrestleMania 42 when Jey Uso turns on Roman Reigns, and then we later find out that that was the doing of The Rock, and then The Rock and Roman Reigns meet at WrestleMania 43 for The Rock's last match ever. So it makes sense for CM Punk to start alluding to The Rock a little bit more, and obviously they have a long history. He's talking about Roman Reigns, obviously, because Roman Reigns and CM Punk are wrestling Night 2 main event at WrestleMania 42, and it's also absolutely shocking that the second to last Monday Night Raw, there's only one more Monday Night Raw before the biggest show of the year, and Roman Reigns is nowhere to be found. I absolutely love Roman Reigns. I think he's the best that WWE has to offer. I think he's the god of WWE. The aura, the vibe, everything changes when Roman Reigns walks out. And for him to not be at this edition of Monday Night Raw to at least respond to CM Punk is ridiculous. What else is he doing that he can't private jet in, spend 20 minutes there talking, brawling, doing some stuff, building some intensity, and then leaving? And so I think that's a little bit suspect. And so that's probably why CM Punk came out very early in the show to start the show and spoke directly from his chest. Again, I think CM Punk is a con artist. I think he's a fraud, but I also think sometimes he has good things to say. And if you're just a casual fan, you can really be invested in what CM Punk has to say because he'll draw you in with his words. He does know how to sell a fight. And then regarding the ticket prices that CM Punk had mentioned, sources indicate to Body Slam that WWE and TKO are very aware of the discussions on social media surrounding ticket prices, especially heading into WrestleMania. Well, if they're aware, then they should lower the fucking ticket prices. So it's affordable for a family of four to go and watch this incredible show. And then another source indicated that several top superstars have been pushing for the company to lower ticket prices as they believe that diehard fans are being priced out and they want them to be able to attend shows in person and enjoy the product. I totally agree. So whatever superstars are pushing towards that should continue pushing towards that. And that was really the most important thing of Monday Night Raw. I'll talk more extensively on videos later about Gunther and Seth Rollins, what might happen there. We'll talk about when the matches get revealed for which night, the Saturday and Sunday. I'll talk about those in a later video as we start getting ramped up towards WrestleMania. So I'll discuss those later. I'll discuss why Gunther did that thing for Paul Heyman and what that might be setting up for Gunther and Brock Lesnar. Also, just to another thing of note that came from the April 6th edition of Monday Night Raw, it just seemed like the brawl ended very abruptly. I mean, as Brock Lesnar was walking out, the end scene, like executive producer credits came out on Netflix, and then they threw the chairs at each other, and then Brock Lesnar's talking shit, and then it's over. Look, I don't know why it ended like that. You're on Netflix, you can be live. There's no next show coming up. Just keep the thing rolling. So I think that was a mistake on WWE's end. But I'm also very, very, very excited for the Obafemi and Brock Lesnar match, but I will continue to discuss all of these things moving forward, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel at Pro Wrestling Daily. But the CM Punk promo to open the April 6th edition of Monday Night Raw was very important, as discussed. There's always polarizing views with CM Punk, which why it makes him, arguably one of the best to ever do it if you're in that realm. It's hard for me to say that considering I just dislike him so much. And I'm very, very excited for Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. I think Obafemi will beat Brock Lesnar. And then as I stated, what's going to happen with Rollins, Gunther, Heyman moving forward, and Brock, well, then I think Gunther is going to retire Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and I'll break down how that might be built there based on just a little interaction we saw from Gunther and Paul Heyman on Monday Night Raw. And so, yeah, that's very, very exciting. Very, very exciting stuff. It was overall, the April 6th edition of Monday Night Raw was fine. What's going to be most talked about is the CM Punk promo and how the show just kind of abruptly ended like right in the middle of the Brock Lesnar Obafemi feud, brawl, whatever you want to call it. So that was weird, but I'm very excited to see what matches are on which day. I'm inclined to have an Obafemi Brock Lesnar be the main event of night one. That is not going to happen. It is going to be Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, especially now with Pat McAfee involved. But I think right now there is more buzz surrounding Obafemi and Brock Lesnar than there is Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Roman Reigns, CM Punk is going to be main event night 2. It's the main event of the whole weekend, especially if they're going to do the Jey Uso turn and later reveal that it was The Rock who did the whole thing. So that's very, very intriguing there as well. And it's also just kind of lame that Triple H has to come out and do his intro music. He cut some time away from the brawl, then the brawl got cut. And it's like, Triple H, you don't need to come out there. That's why you have Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is actually bigger than you. You don't need to come out there. So it's just another way of Triple H trying to keep himself over. And it was very annoying. And now it's going to be interesting to see what WWE does with the ticket prices, what WWE does with CM Punk, and how they're going to move forward with Pat McAfee, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton, where we only have a Friday Night SmackDown, a Monday Night Raw, and a Friday Night SmackDown, and then we have WrestleMania 42. And now, overall, the build to WrestleMania 42 has been subpar, but I think when we actually watch the show, the matches on the actual show are really good. So I think 3 or 4 years from now, like when we look back at WrestleMania 42, we're not going to, get excited about the build. We might talk about Pat McAfee or this promo that CM Punk did, but we're going to look back at the actual show and be like, wow, there were some absolutely banger matches on the show. So I think finally when wrestling fans in attendance and watching on TV will actually watch the show, they'll be like, wow, these matches are really fucking good, and they're going to just kind of forget about the build leading up to it because there's a lot of really high quality talent wrestling at WrestleMania 42 outside of a couple people. I think Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley will be the worst match of the evening. If you saw their segment on the April 6th edition of Monday Night Raw, it was atrocious. Jade Cargill is the worst champion WWE has picked probably in the last 8 to 10 years. And then you have that fatal four-way match, WWE Tag Team, Women's Tag Team match, which will be atrocious. Those two matches will be the worst of the whole weekend. And then I don't know what's going to be the best match of the weekend. There's a lot of matches that could potentially steal the show. And so I think when you just look at the card and the wrestlers, it's really, really good. So let's get excited about that. Let's get fired up. We're close to WrestleMania 42. We're on the road. And so let me know what you think in the comments down below. Then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.